What is going on, guys? It is your good buddy Rutabaga here. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a little recap of where I've been. I've been away on vacation, not really vacation, but kind of a vacation of sorts, as I mentioned before. Last time I uploaded was like Friday, so it's been a little while. So I was just going to kind of recap my trip and kind of what I did, where I've been, and just kind of catch you guys up with that, as well as I'm on kind of a new stream schedule as well. But anyways, guys, yeah, so Friday after the stream, a lot of you guys were looking for me over the weekend, but Friday after the stream, I packed up all my stuff. I went to my girlfriend's house. We actually drove, it's about 4 hours away. It's Boise. I told you guys I live in Idaho, so we traveled to Boise, Idaho. That's the area she actually grew up in, so this was like kind of, their family goes to the Boise area quite a bit. But the reason we went up there is because there's this thing called the Cherry Festival in her hometown. And basically it's just kind of like a carnival kind of deal, where it's called the Cherry Festival because there's I guess there's a bunch of cherries that are grown there and sold from there. I don't know, something like that. Like I live in a town where the main product is potatoes, so like we have like Spud Day and stuff. So this was kind of their equivalent, only it was way cooler than what I'd ever been to. So the first night, Friday, we just drove up there. We got in really late because I procrastinate and I didn't pack until the day of. But after we got up there, we just kind of stayed the night the first night. Woke up, had breakfast, and then we actually went to the Cherry Festival. Some of the highlights of that, I mean, there were some fun rides, the typical carnival games. We didn't really play any carnival games. They did have one really cool thing, though. It was like really high-powered remote controls, and they had a racetrack, so that was kind of cool. And then obviously my favorite part was all the fair food. Oh man, we had a funnel cake. This is a funny story. We had a funnel cake and we got deep fried Oreos. And so we're talking to the guy, and he's like, there's only like one worker behind the counter, and he looks kind of stressed and flustered. And when we get our food, we asked how they were because we'd never tried it. We're like, how are the deep fried Oreos? He's like, I don't know, I've actually never tried them. This is my first day on the job. So Corbin, my girlfriend, was being super nice and offered him an Oreo, one of our deep fried Oreos, and we saw him like, oh cool, thanks, and like took a bite and we walked away. So we're walking, I'm like, oh shoot, we forgot forks. And Corbin actually tried to take a bite of the Oreo. She's like, oh, that's way too hot to eat, that almost burned me. I'm like, wait a minute, you remember handing it to that guy, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, and he took a huge bite. He probably burned his tongue. And so we thought it was really funny. Corbin was trying to be nice to this guy and give him a deep fried Oreo for his trouble, and it seemed like he was having a stressful day. And we watched this dude put like the whole thing in his mouth and like take a huge bite, and like we didn't really think anything of it. We walked away after that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that dude probably burned the frick out of his tongue. And so Corbin felt kind of bad about that, but I told her, I was like, it was good intentions, you didn't mean it. But that was one of the funny stories. Other than that, we hung out with some of her old friends because that's where she grew up. So we hung out with some of her old friends at the festival, and just kind of, we had some fun, rode some rides. We also went longboarding. They had like a parade too, so after the parade, we watched it and went longboarding for a while. I tried to skateboard, but I had stuffed myself so full of fair food. That was a terrible idea. I felt like I was gonna die. The whole vacation I was gone to, like, I ate so much food. Oh man, that was one of my favorite parts about getting away, was I just ate so much food. Because when I'm at home, I don't really eat that much because I'm kind of busy and I don't really think about it. But man, being away and having just all this food to eat, it was absolutely fantastic. So let's see, that was Saturday. So we stayed the night back at her grandparents again. That's where we stayed the first night. And then we woke up, packed up our things, and drove to about an hour away from that. Basically, it was just a little cabin that someone in her family owns. I know it wasn't her direct family, but someone in her family owns. So we stayed up at a cabin that their family uses. And we only stayed there for a night, but that was probably the highlight of the whole trip, was getting out away into this cabin and into the woods a little bit and just away from everything. I had cell service when I was, at the festival and stuff, I was kind of avoiding checking my phone and stuff and keeping up because, this is my break. I just really wanted to break away from everything. But man, having no cell service for a day was like the greatest feeling in the world. The greatest feeling in the world was like the next day when I packed up, I didn't even know where my phone was. And like, I was like, wow, how do I not know where my phone is? It's just, it was so nice to just get away from technology. It was It's normally not my thing at all, and if it had been for too long of a time, it definitely wouldn't have been my thing. But I mean, it was just such a relief to just get away from everything and not hear my phone, and it was just us hanging out, enjoying the weather, enjoying the outdoors. We went, well, I didn't go fishing. I went fishing with Corbin, and she caught something, and she just caught a little fishy. But I mean, it was fun. I would literally just follow her around while she was fishing, and I would eat food and watch, like, because I'm not really much of a fisher. And another funny story, there was a snake like perched on a rock out in the water, so she tried to hook it with her fishing pole. I didn't realize snakes could swim. This snake was like Michael Phelps in the water. It was insane. I caught an eye on him after we pushed him in the water, which we were just being douches, but like the snakes can freaking swim. It was like swimming up the rapids onto these rocks. It was absolutely insane. It was like boom, nature. But yeah, that about sums up our trip. I mean, we did some other stuff while we were up there. We played like some Animal Crossing, but overall we just enjoyed hanging out and being away and eating a ton of food. So the next day, Sunday, we actually drove back. So we stayed the night there, drove back Sunday, and or was it Monday? No, we drove back Monday. Sorry, that would be Monday we drove back. So Monday we drove back, and you guys saw. I don't think I had a stream Monday. No, I didn't. But as you saw, I streamed this morning. And yeah, that about wraps up the trip, and I'm running out of time for this video, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Real quick, guys, my new stream schedule. I stream my first 4 hours on MLG, but I'm actually going to be streaming my last 2 hours on Twitch from now on. So catch me on MLG at the usual time, 10 a.m. Eastern, but 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm actually going to be moving over to Twitch from now on to kind of support my Twitch a little bit more and have a little more personal streams. Some I've been tried today, and it did really well, so be looking out for that. Sorry I'm cutting this video short because the time's running out, but thank you for watching the video, guys, and we will catch you next time. Peace.